Hello friends, welcome to this YouTube video program. Friends, we have discussed many themes on education relating to educational research, relating to pedagogy, and relating to other aspects of education in my YouTube video channel. Uh, from today onwards, we will discuss few sessions that is on draft National Education Policy 2019. After 28 years, you can say the last education policy that had been established in this country, that is in the year 1992. That is not a full-fledged commission, you can say. That is the revised National Policy on Education 1992. And after 1992, means after 28 years, the National Education Policy 2019, that has been means the draft report has been ready. On any time, on any date, this may be notified by the Government of India. But this is in the public domain. The draft National Education Policy 2019 is in the public domain. The education is the teachers, the citizens of this country. They have already started discussion, and keeping in consideration of different aspect that has been addressed in the National Education Policy 2019. Continuously debate and discussion is going on. So that's why let us have discussion on the major aspects that has been discussed in the draft National Education Policy 2019. Today, this is a very huge document, you can say. It addresses, the need of the country, the educational need of the country. And this is, you can say, a systematic development for this country, that for coming few years, this National Education Policy will be a type of way forward, will frame this country, will shape this country's education system. So that's why this is not possible to discuss within a single or two video sessions. Rather, what we will be doing, we will be discussing a few sessions, maybe 10 or 15 sessions, so that we will address different major parts that has been included in this draft National Education Policy 2019. So friends, before starting discussion, let me to clear it that this National Education Policy 2019 has not been notified yet. This is at present it is in a draft form. Okay, so on any date, you can say any time, this can be notified by Government of India. Still then, as it is in the public domain, and the teachers, the students, educationists, and the persons, those are associated with different organizations, different institutions from different sectors. Okay, so they are also highly acquainted with this development, with this draft National Education Policy. In the coming days, this may be a part of our education system. Okay, it may be a part of our curriculum also. So that's why let us discuss some of the major aspects. Friends, today we will discuss about the draft National Education Policy 2019, its preamble, that is its introduction, as well as the vision of this policy. Friends, before discussing the draft National Education Policy 2019, let us recapitulate that what are the committees and commissions that has been established, that has been framed in our country after independence. I am not discussing the developments of education before independence. Let us focus on the modern system of education, the modern period of education after independence. You see, the first education commission, that is called as the University Education Commission, which was established in India, that is in the year 1948-49. The chairperson was appointed, the commission was appointed under the chairmanship of Dr. S. Radhakrishnan, Dr. Sarvapalli Radhakrishnan. I think you all know that Dr. Radhakrishnan was the second president of independent India. You see, this is the first education commission in the independent India, and you see the major aspects or the aim of establishing this university education commission was to discuss on the university system. But further, the commission considered that only discussing the university education system is not enough for this huge country. Rather, further, the system of school education, the system of other education also, that become a part of this education commission, that is University Education Commission 1948 and 49. So you should remember that this is the first education commission of independent India. Then the second education commission, that is the secondary education commission, that was established in the year 1950-53. The commission, or the secondary education commission, was appointed under the chairmanship of Dr. A. Lakshman Swami Mudaliar, the then Vice Chancellor of Madras University. The secondary education commission, as the nomenclature has been used, that is the secondary education commission. You see, the recommendation and the work of this commission was based upon the school education system, okay, primary education, secondary education, at the same time the senior secondary education. Okay, this has not highly touched upon the higher education system. Rather, its major focus was on the to work on the school education system, specifically on the secondary education system. Then further, in the year 1964-66, the Education Commission, the name of the commission is the Education Commission, was established. That was established under the chairmanship of Dr. D.S. Kothari. And further, National Policy on Education was set up in this country, in India, that is in 1968. And you can say 1968 National Policy on Education, that was established based on the recommendation of the Education Commission 1964-66. The Education Commission 1964-66 is also called as the Kothari Commission. Popularly, it is known as the Kothari Commission. And you see, the National Policy on Education 1968 and the Education Commission 1964-66, this has been focused on all stages of education, all sectors of education. You'll find that the recommendation that has been given relating to the school education, the higher education, and other professional and technical educations also. Then further, in the year 1986, the National Policy on Education, that was established. And you can say that the education system that we are practicing in India at present, that is the 10+2+3 system. You can say 10 years of school education, then secondary education, you can say, then 2 years of higher secondary education, then 3 years of college education or the degree education, you can say. So this 10+2+3 system of education, which is popularly known as 10+2+3 system of education, was one of the major recommendation of the National Policy on Education 1986. And after 1986, you see, further the revised National Policy on Education 1992 was established. That is also called as the Program of Action 1992. That is National Policy on Education 1986, Program of Action 1992. So we also call it is as revised National Policy on Education 1992. So friends, these are the certain education commissions that has been established in our country, in the independent India. Then after a long time, you can say after a long gap, that is after 28 years Now we are talking about a national education policy 2019. The draft form is ready now. From the entire country, from the citizen of this country, from the educationists, from the teachers, from the students, and from entire mass, you can say, all have high expectation towards the recommendation of this draft national policy on education, national education policy 2019. Let us now discuss about that what is the preamble and what is the vision of this national education policy 2019. So before discussing the preamble, let us try to understand that this commission, you can say this policy, National Education Policy 2019, means this is one of the education commission. So this commission has been set up under the chairmanship of Padma Vibhushan Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan, the former chairman of ISRO. And the initial work of National Education Policy 2019, that was started from January 2015, you can say. Means the participatory consultation process has been started from January 2015. Means, friends, before establishing any commission, or the work of the commission is to first go for different consultation meetings. Means the commission, what the commission does, the commission take the consultation of you can say education institutions with the students, with the teachers, educationists, and different group of the society. Means what is their opinions, what is their suggestions about the education system of this huge country. Okay, so that's why the process of this commission that was started, means this education policy was started from January 2015, and on the basis of the inputs that have been received by the Ministry of Human Resource Development, the ministry come out with the draft national education policy, a draft document that is in the year 2016. Then further the commission, means Dr. K. Kasturi Rangan Commission, that is the National Education Policy 2019, that was appointed by the MHRD on June 2017. And till date the development of this commission, that the commission has submitted its draft report. Okay, so that is called as the draft National Education Policy 2000 report 2019. So this is the, you can say, the chairmanship and the process of taking consultation, meeting with the groups, meeting with the educational institutions, meeting with the teachers, okay, and organizing many workshops, many seminars, many symposiums, and the output that has been come out, from the consultation that has been drafted, that is in a form of National Education Policy 2019. So friends, now let us try to discuss that what is the preamble, what is the introduction, means what is, you can say, the major concern of framing of this National Education Policy 2019. First of all, the first preamble that we will discuss, that is, you see, it is based upon the India's great heritage. You see, when we talk about the country India, this country is having a huge diversity. Okay, at the same time, though the country is having huge diversity in terms of languages, in terms of customs, traditions, culture, okay, habits, geographical diversities, okay, still then you will find that the citizen of this country consider that these diversities are just like the strength of this country, the strength of these people, the strength of the citizen of this country. And these diversities many a time helps us to understand to understand and to build a type of good human relationship. You will find that starting from the extreme north to south, and from the northeast to the west, you will find that the entire country, they're working together. They're talking in same voice. They all are working with the national development. So that's why this national education policy 2019, you will find that this has been transmitted, and this has been very much developed in terms of the great educational culture of this country, starting from the education system of Vedic period, the Gurukul system, the ancient system of education. Okay, so then after many development in the field of education and in other field that has been occurred in this country. Okay, so starting from the Gurukul system of education, ancient system of education, the great you can say development, educational development of this country, you can say the development of the institutions, the ancient institutions, just like the Nalanda, Takshashila. Okay, so we have a great heritage. And further we can also discuss about the contribution of great philosophers in this country, great educationists in this country. You can talk about the vision, the educational vision of Swami Vivekananda, the educational vision of Sri Aurobindo, Mahatma Gandhi, Rabindranath Tagore. Okay, so keeping in consideration of the contribution of the great personalities and our tradition, our tradition starting from the ancient system of education towards the modern system of education, you will find that a unique experience you will get from this country. So on line with the great heritage, the great India's heritage of this country, this national education policy has been established, and this has been transmitted. The practices, you can say the great practices of this country, that how this has been translated in a national education policy 2019 that has been taken care of. Then further you can say the other preamble of developing this national education policy 2019, that you can say that taking forward the agenda of previous education policies. Friends, you see the education policies that has been developed in this country, as already I have discussed. The first education commission that was set up in this country is the University Education Commission. Then after the second education commission in 1952-53, then further the Kothari Commission, then you can say the National Policy on Education 68 and 86, then revised National Policy on Education. So over the times you will find that the commissions that has been developed earlier, they have been given their recommendations for different stages of education, for different sectors of education, maybe formal education, maybe non-formal education, maybe you can say technical education, professional education, general education. And you will find that the recommendation that has been given the earlier education commissions, whether this has been implemented in a true spirit or not. We cannot say that the recommendations that has not been implemented, but definitely we can say that all the recommendations may not be implemented in due course of time. But here, the establishment of National Education Policy 2019, that also equally talked about the previous education policies, the previous education commissions. Means that has been said earlier, and with discussing the recommendations of the earlier commissions, whether this has been translated, whether this has been implemented in this country, and further in line with the recommendations of the earlier commissions, that what major modifications, major changes that has been kept, and at the same time what are the new things that you can say, taking in consideration of the development, the global development, you can say the development that has been taking place over the year globally in other countries. Okay, so how we can shape our education system, our national education policy, an empowered policy means that will able to provide quality education to the you can say citizens, to the young generations of this country, for taking the responsibilities of this country. So friends, in this program we have just discussed about the two aspects of the preamble of National Education Policy 2019. In our next program we will discuss about the other preamble, at the same time the vision of establishment of draft National Education Policy 2019. Thank you.